when you're looking at your business and marketing, if you can leverage other stuff, you might as well. So
welcome to the Jon and Joe Show, where we get together to have coffee and talk about things that matter to us, and we hope they matter to you as well. My name is Joey McGurr, and with me as always is my co-host, John Schober. How you doing, John?
Hey, Joey. How are you doing? This is Leadership, Community, and Random Musings.
And Random Musings, yes.
I like that tagline. That's got a ring for it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Amazon sales. Have you ever done any of the sales on Amazon where you like sell your used books and your?
I set one up for somebody else once and then walked away, and they took it off from there. But no, I haven't done myself. Tell me about it.
So we're totally doing it. So we've got this little app on our phone. We're going through all of our old books, and you've got this app on the phone, and you kind of barcode it in, and it tells you what the low price is. So a lot of stuff is like 1 penny. It's like, okay, I'm just going to give that to Goodwill. So you kind of cull the things that are worth at least. Really, the minimum has to be $5. Okay. If by the time you kind of pay shipping, you can add on shipping, but by the time you pay Amazon their fees, kind of $5.
It's not even worth your time if it's less than $5.
It's not worth your time if it's less than $5. But I mean, I think we've made like $40, for half hour's worth of work.
Selling stuff you probably would have dropped off at half price books for a quarter a book.
Oh, if that, I mean, not even a quarter of a book.
Goodwill, yeah. Taking the books that you have, that you own, that are used, and you're putting them on Amazon where they already have the book title that you could buy it for new. And when it says used, they're buying it from you. Yeah.
And you the little phone app, you hit the barcode, it scans it in, it tells you kind of the prices, and then I get an order. Oh, I know what I was going to say. Basically, we have to do this process anyway. We've got to go through, clear out our house. So if we make a few bucks out of it, I mean, that's golden. But one of the things I'm doing from a business perspective, and I wouldn't recommend someone do this to build your business. When you're looking at your business and marketing, if you can leverage other stuff, you might as well. So when I sell a book, throw in a few candies into the book. Whenever I sell product, I always fill it with a coffee candy. That's like my thing. So, coffee with John. If someone buys a book from me, I've got these little candies that I throw into the package. I throw in a few coffee candies and a letter, and the letter just says, "Hey, thanks for helping us clear out our closet, declutter our house. Hope you enjoy this book as much as we did."
That's awesome.
And then I say, "Hey, in the real world, I'm a coach and I do this, and if you're in a career or business transition, here's my website." Okay, it takes me like an extra 5 seconds to do it. Again, I wouldn't say go do this as a marketing effort, but at the end of the day, I'll probably sell 200 books in the next couple of months. That's 200 letters to people. If one person signs up and ends up as a coaching client, totally worth it. Yeah. So it took me an extra 5 seconds.
So it's even if it was 60 seconds, to spend 2 or 3 hours to get a new client, and the cost of printing a piece of paper off on your home.
Right, a piece of paper and 3 candies.
Yeah, it's totally worth it.
But I think, when people are doing marketing, I think it makes a lot of sense to leverage the things that you're already doing.
Totally.
There are definitely some focused marketing things that you need to be doing that's just blocking and tackling.
Well, as a consultant, if somebody was telling you they were selling books on Amazon and you had this idea, in your mind, it's leaving money on the table if they're not doing it.
Right.
So it makes sense that you would be doing it as well.
Always be selling. So I'll let you know in the next few weeks. I'll let you know if anyone...
Put it up on LinkedIn.
Yeah, if anyone becomes a client because of my Amazon books.
By selling books on Amazon.
I already have the blog post titled, how I made $1,000 selling one book on Amazon.
Nice.
That's the goal.
So what's the Amazon cut? What's their percentage that they get?
Basically, it's like $2 base, and then it's like a 10% on top of that.
So they want to make $2 on every book, no matter what. And percentage.
Yeah. So it ends up being roughly $2.50 for a $5 book, something along those lines. I know I've got a friend that really, this is his business, is Amazon fulfillment, and so he'll go to thrift shops and garage sales, and he'll literally scan the books in, buy the ones that are worth something, And you can actually have Amazon do all the fulfillment for you. So you literally like ship them a box of books. When someone orders it, I mean, they do all the shipping and fulfilling for you. Now, obviously, they take a bigger piece of the cut to do the fulfillment. But if you have some high quality books and some things they're going to move, I mean, he makes a living selling stuff on Amazon and letting Amazon do all the fulfillment for it. So if you're out there, if you're one of those people that enjoys doing garage selling, I mean, my sister, I mean, I hate garage selling. I mean, there is, I am not a bargain hunter. When I want to go buy something, I want to go to the store, I want to buy it, and I want to come home. That's it. That's all I want to do. My sister,
that way too.
My niece, they love garage selling. I mean, they get joy out of being with people and the whole experience. My niece actually does several things where I don't know if she's doing it on Amazon. I should ask Katie if you're listening to this.
Or eBay or something.
Yeah, Katie, if you're listening to this, are you using Amazon fulfillment for your garage sale business? I know she's got stuff on eBay and Etsy. I don't know if she's doing Amazon, but man, anything that's got a barcode on it, boom, you can do it. Certainly, a lot better than just throwing your books to half price books and getting a nickel out of them.
Right.
The ones that you're only going to nickel, give those to half price and keep all the others.
Yeah. Or to Goodwill.
Yeah.
I was reading, I'm an avid Quora.com reader.
What is Quora?
Quora is a website where you can go and ask a question, and then anybody can answer it, but oftentimes they seek out like the expert.
Yeah. So Quora is actually doing Quora, they're actually helping to come up with an answer or finding an expert.
Yeah. So you can ask something simple like, what's it like to work with Richard Branson? People that work directly for Richard Branson will go and answer the question. Or what's it like to work with Elon Musk? Or what's it like to, what was it like in the early days at Wikipedia? And Jimmy Wales will go on there and actually answer the question of what it was like. It's pretty amazing.
That's cool.
And some of my favorites that tend to show up in my newsfeed are, how do I make money doing this or that? And one of them the other day was the guy asked the question, how do I take $800 and convert it into $4,500? Kind of an interesting, what is that? How did that come to be? I didn't read the description as to why he picked those two particular numbers, but somebody answered and said, here's exactly what I do every weekend with $800 and why I turned it into more than $4,500. And this guy's talked about how he goes to swap meets every Saturday morning.
Sure.
He's got $800 cash. He shows up at 5 a.m. when the swap meet opens, and he doesn't look for the guys that are polished. He looks for the ones that showed up with a van and just laid everything out on a blanket because they obviously are green. They maybe cleaned out their garage and just want to sell stuff. Well,
yeah, they're looking for the people like me, move stuff for $5.
Right? They don't care if they're not there treating it like a business. They just need to unload the stuff, and they'll take whatever you offer for.
Absolutely.
Right? And so what he was doing was he uses the eBay app to search for popular things that sold recently. So you go look at the what sold recently list, and you get an idea of what's been selling.
Mm-hmm, sure.
Selling well. And then so he's prepared before he even goes to the swap meet what to look for. But as he's going around, if he sees things that catches his eye, he can go right to the app and look up and see what things are selling for currently. Like, there's a ceramic apple. And it looks like it's in good shape. I'm gonna go see it. Maybe there's a brand name on the bottom of it, and it turns out it's some kind of collector item. He can go find out what it sold for recently, and if the seller at the swap meets got a low asking price, he'll usually even bargain lower. But his goal is 10% of what it sold on eBay.
Sure.
So he'll say, if it's sold for $200 on eBay and they've got a sticker price for $30 on it at the swap meet, he'll say, I'll give you $20 for it right now.
Yeah.
And so he ends up filling up his cart full of stuff, and he can even sell it right there from the swap meet because of his phone.
He can put it. I mean, he can literally, before he even leaves the swap meet, he can have it on the phone at eBay for $200.
Well, I think he even wrote, if I remember correctly, that he goes to like a cafe or something and just sets up like on the table right next to the window, like right, where he's got good light, and he's got like he'll lay down some napkins and put items down with nice diffused light coming through the window of the cafe, snap the pictures, upload them while he's sitting there eating his lunch because he's just spent all morning at the swap meet. And by that night, he's moved most of his product, and he's recouped his investment, and he's usually gone several times over it.
That I should send my kids out to do some of that.
You should totally do that. Put your kids to work, John.
Put the kids to work. You know what? We may just do that. We may just take a couple $100, go to the swap meets, go to the garage sales.
Yeah.
And
go search that on Quora, the $800 for the $4,500 return, and see if you can find that answer, because he lays it out pretty detailed as to what he does. I've probably missed several of the details specifics, but you can go look it up, and it's a pretty interesting answer. And one of my favorites, and I was actually reading this earlier while we were at HEB, John, and it was a reminder of something I'd read a long time ago. There was one of the major universities, I want to say it's Stanford, but I'll look it up and put it in the show notes. One of the major universities in an economics course, the professor actually gives an envelope to the students. She breaks them up into teams, and she gives them an envelope, and in the envelope is $5 cash. And she tells them that they've got a week to go figure out. I think they actually have a 2-hour period where they're only allowed to spend the money, rate a return.
right.
So go invest your $5, come back and tell us how you made more than $5. And a lot of the kids in the class will actually go, they'll go gamble it. They'll go put $5 down on red, spin the roulette wheel. They'll come back and go, this is how we lost $5 of the teacher's money.
Yeah, thank you. That was fun.
One group of really enterprising kids never even used the $5. They went to a popular biking trail. It was Stanford because it was in San Francisco, or it was in Berkeley. They went to, maybe it was Berkeley. Well, anyway, they went to a popular biking trail, and they had a bike pump that one of them brought. They didn't go buy a bike pump. One brought it and said $1 for a bike pump. And so as bicyclists came by, they would check. They had a thing to check the tire pressure, and then they would, if it was low, they'd fill it up, and the cyclist would give them $1. Well, they got smart, and a little ways into the experiment, they scratched out the $1 and they just wrote donate, and people were giving them $20 bills for putting air in their tire.
Wow!
Just for the privilege of, the luxury of if somebody stopped and gave me. Put air in my tire, right? Another group of kids went to a very busy, popular dining destination place, a part of the street that has several restaurants. And you know the little buzzers that you get when you get, they would go in and say, party of 2. And they'd say, great, here's your buzzer. It's going to be 45-minute wait. They would wait a half an hour. And when the crowd got big, they'd go, who wants to give me $10 for my seat that is going to buzz in 15 minutes? Oh. And here's what they would do. They would get the $15 or $10 or whatever it was, and they'd switch buzzers. So now they've got a new buzzer that's going to buzz in a half an hour, 45 minutes, and they would wait, and they would do the same thing again and switch it out again. But they were doing it. They broke up the team, and they went to all the different more popular restaurants up and down the street.
Oh my goodness!
But here's what the best team did.
Okay.
They went to a major corporation in the area, and because they were to give a 10-minute presentation to the whole class about how they made their money. And one team sold the 10 minutes for $600. Never spent the $5. Sold it as an ad, and then did
sold
a
it as an advertisement to this captive audience.
Yep.
Oh, that is beautiful. I love those kind of creative ways to make money. I think that there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can do. So I tell you, let's ask our audience, what are you doing that's a creative way to earn some money and make a business out of it? Let us know on the Jon and Joe Show.
That's right.
All right. Well, I'm John Schober. And you are?
I am Joey McGurr.
And we are the Jon and Joe Show. Make sure that you check us out on jonandjoeshow.com. Subscribe to us.
Yes. We can subscribe for us as well, but we've already subscribed.
Yeah. We are on iTunes and Stitcher.
We are.
And I am still trying to get my 1,000 tweets.
Yeah, so tweet John.
Tweet me at JSchober and tweet Joey at
Joey McGurr.
Have a great day. Go figure it out.